Welcome back to One Brain Ops. It's good to be back to recording this again. Obviously you won't know from the release schedule here because I'm well ahead, but I have taken a little bit of a break from recording these in between parts 2 and 3, which I might talk about a little bit later if I remember to. But in any case, we're back and it's time to begin part 3. We reunited with Ike and the Greil Mercenaries last time, and now we're going to get to finally play with those characters again, so let's get to it.
Three years ago, Crimea freed itself from Daean tyranny. Its nobles used that freedom to berate the Queen and scrabble for power. Disgusted with their greed and arrogance, Ike and the Greil Mercenaries left the court behind and returned to work. Thanks to their efforts and to Queen Elincia's even-handed rule, Crimea has avoided a bloody civil war. Before departing the capital once again, Ike receives disquieting news from Queen Elincia. The Black Knight, the man who murdered Ike's father, has once again been seen in Daean. The Queen's words hang heavy over Ike as he leads the mercenary group back to their headquarters.
Yeah, we recognize that fort. We actually fought a battle there in Path of Radiance. Okay, and yeah, we're getting to see Mist and Titania now. Yeah, as poor as we are. Titania, you don't know the half of it. Have you ever tried playing this game without Ileana the Delivery Girl? Oh boy. Yes, a reminder that Greil was Ike and Mist's father. Mist is Ike's sister, if you didn't play Path of Radiance. Ooh, a visitor. Yep, it's Ranulf. And yeah, if you recall earlier, I mentioned there's a character whose eyes are different colors, and they flip when his portrait changes direction, because the developers were lazy in mirroring things. Yeah, I was talking about Ranulf. So see right now, his right eye, which is on the left side of the screen, is purple, and the other one is green. Anyway, I promised I wouldn't comment on this sort of thing. Yep, just some recapping of how Ike and Ranulf knew each other for those who didn't play Path of Radiance. Ranulf was a pretty important character in that game, and he is in this game as well. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah. Oh, right. Raphael, because at the end of part 1, he and Nyla were going with Tormod and Morim and Vika to Gallia, so obviously they arrived there, and yeah, we're gonna learn what he told them. And now we're going to get a second map screen.
Raphael, eldest prince of the Heron clan, returns in the company of the Wolf Queen, Nyla, and the mage, Tormod, to tell a dire tale. The shocking story he relates ignites a terrible fury in the hearts of the Laguz. The assassination of the previous Benyon apostle sparked the massacre of the Heron clan, as well as the burning of their home, the Serenus Forest. That murder and the resulting catastrophes were long thought to be the work of Dain's former ruler, the Mad King Ashnard. Now, however, Prince Raphael, a survivor of the massacre, reveals that those directly responsible were none other than the senators of Benyon. Upon hearing this tale, the Hawk King Tibarn is consumed with an unspeakable rage. He shares this information with the Raven King Nisala and the Beast King Kanagus, and they form a Laguz alliance. Together with the Heron royal family, they send messengers to the leadership of Benyon, demanding an explanation from the senators. Benyon rebuffs their requests, however, denying any wrongdoing and refusing to investigate Raphael's claims, as if to emphasize their decision to silence the Laguz inquiries. The Empire goes so far as to murder an alliance messenger. This callous act of arrogant defiance pushes the alliance into declaring war upon the Benyon Empire. Gallia's sub-commander Ranulf considers the merits of attempting to simply overpower Benyon. He recognizes, however, that pitting brute force against Benyon's magic and tactical prowess will result in massive alliance casualties. He decides to enlist the strength and knowledge of his old wartime ally, Ike, and the Greil Mercenaries. Ike is an acquaintance of Benyon's apostle, however, and is at first reluctant to become involved in the conflict. Yet, when he considers the senator's cold-blooded murder of the alliance messenger, he can feel the anger that burns in the Laguz's hearts. Determined to force the senators to answer for their crimes, he agrees to help the Laguz alliance.
So yeah, when they showed Ranulf's portrait in that map screen, you could see the eye colors flipped. Anyway, I've got a few things to comment on here before we continue with the dialogue here. So, okay, this is Skrimir, who's talking to Ranulf. We'll meet him in a minute here, but I'm just going to kind of talk over this screen and unpack that last map screen. So, the Serenus Massacre, so that happened well before the events of Path of Radiance. And it sort of told us there, but I'll just repeat it. Basically, the previous Begnion Apostle, prior to Soniki, was assassinated, and it essentially the Heron tribe, for whatever reason, was framed for it, and so a tribe of angry a group of angry civilians went and burned down the Serenus Forest. They nearly wiped out the entire Heron clan. We only know of 4 survivors, which are the king, Loriaza, and 3 of his children, Raphael, Rayson, and Leanne. We've met Leanne and Raphael in this game, and Rayson in the last game. So, once it was found, discovered that, okay, the Herons were obviously scapegoated here, it was thought that Ashnard had been the one who kind of orchestrated that, and it led to sort of heightened tension between Bjork and Laguz, and particularly the bird tribes and the Bjork. And pretty much every bird Laguz that we encountered in Path of Radiance started out being extremely prejudiced against the Bjork. With maybe the exception of Nisala. But even Nisala, I mean, he was really just trying to use people, and there was a whole thing where he sold Rayson to a slave trader and then tried to rescue him, but anyway, Ike and the actions of the Greil Mercenaries in that game kind of healed some of the wounds between the bird tribes and the Bjork, but now we find out from Raphael when he returns to Tellius that it was actually not Ashnard who orchestrated the Serenus massacre, it was the Begnion Senate. And they showed in the map screen there the portraits of Lacane, who we've met in this game already, and the other guy was Hetzel, who we'll meet later. Both Begnion senators, so yeah, you can understand why the Laguz would go to war with Begnion over this. The other funny thing about that map screen to me is, like, they go, oh, Ike is an associate of the Apostle, so he doesn't want to fight her. But when he considers the murder of the messenger, that's what tips him over the edge, and I just always thought that was funny. Like, the idea that they nearly exterminated an entire Laguz tribe, nah, that's okay. But they murder one messenger, that's what really does it for him. Like, oh man, that they've gone too far this time. They killed one person, one messenger, and I mean that's gonna be their downfall because now Ike is joining the fight. I always thought that was kind of an overplayed detail. Anyway, let's continue with the actual game. I'm done talking for right now. We're just going to let the characters discuss the situation. Oh yeah, Skrimir is a lion Laguz, by the way, so he's incredibly strong. We'll get to see him a bit in this upcoming chapter, though he won't be playable for us yet. Yep, that's typical Skrimir. Yeah. Skrimir is one of the other characters in this game who actually gets some genuine character development. I mentioned that about Alincia at the start of Part 2. Skrimir actually, his development is kind of drawn out throughout Part 3 and 4 of this game. I mean, that is the worst thing about this entire situation. They're murdering your messengers. Again, I just felt that that detail was always funny for some reason. He fights for his friends, you know. Okay. So here we are at the base. I think we're actually done now with chapters where we don't have a base. I could be wrong about that. There might be one other one in Part 3, but I'm pretty sure every chapter in Parts 3 and 4 is going to have a base. Okay, anyway, let's do info conversations first, and I'll show the units that we're going to be playing with in a moment in the items screen, but we're going to do info. Okay, and all one-star conversations, but that's fine. Okay, so let's talk to Ranulf. Yeah, he mentioned that at the end of the last bit of dialogue there as well. Everybody decided they'd rather stay. I'm going to come back to that line a little bit later. And his eyes flip colors. Okay, I will not comment on it anymore. Yeah, I'm sure they will. And yeah, there is no rush. You're absolutely right. Yep, and this is some explanation of who Skrimir is, because he wasn't in Path of Radiance. So yeah, he is the heir to the throne of Gallia. He's Canagus's nephew. Yeah. I mean, he's extremely powerful, but he's also extremely arrogant, as we saw in our brief interaction with him there. Okay, and now let's talk to Mist. So as I mentioned earlier, Mist is Ike's sister. That's kind of a weird outlook. I mean, I get, like... Okay, she is a healer, so I guess it makes some sense, but, like, do you want to see your brother get brutally killed? I mean, I guess, but with her being a healer, it makes sense. She wants to be there to, you know, protect him as much as he's protecting her. Anyway, moving on. Now let's talk to Skrimir. This is, I think, the most interesting of these 4 info conversations. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so, you know, Canagus says, you know, observe Ike and learn from him and all this, and Skrimir, of course, takes that to mean on the battlefield, but I have a feeling that Canagus might have meant, you know, something else. Anyway, feast or famine. And yep, Mordecai and Leith are here, and they're talking with Titania and Oscar. Yeah, and this was mentioned in Path of Radiance as well, that Oscar is a very good cook. On top of that, we have Skrimir and Ike. I love that line. Yeah, and this is like the only time they ever mention this, but like the logistics of feeding this massive army are just insane to think about, and they just completely gloss over it the rest of the time. It makes me wonder why they even included this info conversation at all. I think they just wanted to indicate that Mordecai and Leith are around. Anyway. So, that's all the... Whoop, we already viewed that info conversation. I know, game. Okay, so that's all the info. Let's check out our army here. So, we're back with the Greil Mercenaries. So, Ike, Titania, Soren, Boyd, Rolf, Mist, Oscar, Shinen, Gatry, Mia, and Reese. Okay, I'm going to have a few things to comment on with some of these characters' names in a moment. But anyway, all of these characters, these are the OG Greil Mercenaries. So everyone here was with the Greil Mercenaries at the beginning of Path of Radiance, with the exception of Mia. So Rolf and Mist, I understand, of course, they joined later in the game. They were kids, so they weren't fighting right away, but they were still living with the mercenaries when Greil was still running things before he got killed. Mia joined up with the Greil Mercenaries right before Greil was killed in that game, so she's... I would consider her an OG Greil mercenary because she did get recruited by Greil. Anyway. So, yeah, a couple things about the names of these characters. Some of them I've heard pronounced multiple ways. So, I've always said Titania or Titania. I've also heard Titania. I don't know. I'm going to probably flip-flop on that one quite a bit. Okay, I've heard Shinen and Sheenan. I've always said Shinen, and I'm probably going to continue saying Shinen, even though I don't think that's the correct one. And then I'm going to really struggle with this, because I've always called this character Riss. I've also heard Rice, and I know that it's actually pronounced Reese. Okay, my favorite baseball team has a player named Rhys Hoskins, who spells his name R-H-Y-S. So I know that it's Reese, but I'm probably going to call him Riss, and I'm going to correct myself. And then the other one, I've always pronounced this character's name Gatry. I've also heard Gatry and Gatry, but I've always said Gatry. Anyway, but yeah, I need to talk about Shinen here because when I got to this level, my first playthrough of the game, I went, wait a minute, Shinen is here? Because in Path of Radiance, after Greil gets killed, Shinen and Gatry left the Greil Mercenaries, and we run back into Gatry later in the game, and he rejoins, and he's fairly easy to re-recruit. He shows up as an other unit, and he's guarding Astrid. And so the path to recruiting Gatry is just talk to Astrid with Ike to recruit her, and then talk to Gatry with Astrid. And then both of them will join you. And that I managed to figure out in my playthrough of Path of Radiance. With Shinen, the path to re-recruit him is really weird, because he shows up again as an enemy pretty late in the game, and the only way to re-recruit him is to actually talk to him with Rolf, and then defeat him with Ike, I believe. I don't know if it has to be Ike that kills him, but you have to talk to him with Rolf first, and then defeat him with Ike, and then he'll rejoin after the battle. I had no idea it was possible to re-recruit Shinen in Path of Radiance, so it was very confusing to me when he appeared in that cutscene at the end of Part 2, and then also when he's here at the base in this one. The other thing I need to talk about with Shinen is he is the one character from Path of Radiance who was super racist at the start of that game, and is still racist now in Radiant Dawn. The one of the playable characters, that is. There are some NPCs that are, obviously terrible people. But Yeah, Shinen's the one playable character who just remains a racist and just a dick in general. He's kind of just an ass to everybody. So, yeah, we're gonna kind of play through this chapter, and really the first 2 chapters here, part 3, I'm just kind of gonna be using everybody. I'm gonna probably be rushing through them for the most part and not really focusing on anybody in particular. But yeah, I'm going to talk about just generally what my plans are for these units. So there are 4 here who I'm planning to bring to endgame. So Ike is obviously forced. Soren is forced because of second playthrough reasons. Now, I mentioned this back in episode 0. There's a base conversation near the end of endgame between Ike and Soren, which I won't be able to get in this playthrough because it requires transfer data, but I'm still going to fulfill all the requirements to unlock it, so that does include bringing Soren to endgame. And then Mia is going to be my other SS sword user. So we're training up Zhark, and then we're training up Mia. So that's what we're doing with her. And then for my SS bow user, normally it would be Shinen. He's much easier to train than Rolf because he's got 12 levels on him to start with. And like, if you look at their stats, like, Rolf has 17 strength and 19 speed. And Shinen is significantly higher in both of those stats, so he does much better against the enemies early in part 3, and so it's just easier to feed him kills and experience. And with him already being more than halfway through his 2nd tier, it's just so easy to get him up to 3rd tier without even trying to. And he may hit 3rd tier in this playthrough for me, even though I'm not trying to train him. But yeah, he's, like I said, his personality is the reason I'm not going to bring him. He's a dick, and so I'm going to take the effort to train Rolf instead. On average, if you train Rolf all the way up, his stats will be better than Shinen's. It's not by a lot, though, so the much easier way of playing this game is to use Shinen. But I'm going to take up the challenge of training Rolf. The other thing I just want to point out, so... Oops. Pressing the wrong buttons there. Okay. Yeah, actually... Yeah, Shinen's Avoid to start is 63. Rolf's is 51, so he's not actually too far behind. But yeah, like I said, these first 2 chapters, I'm pretty much going to be using all of these units. And there's really not a whole lot I want to do with items here at the base. I just want to swap around a couple of things. So, Boyd. He doesn't have a healing item. Reese does not need a healing item, especially not a concoction. And Boyd has the highest HP by 1. He has 1 more HP than Ike and Gatry in this group, and he also takes a lot of damage being a warrior. He's the same class as Nolan. So we're going to give him that concoction. You can switch around the bows between Rolf and Shinen, and it's... I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to leave Shinen with the killer bow for now. He's got a much better chance of actually getting crits early here in part 3, and since I'm trying to complete these maps quickly, it's, I think, better to just leave him with the killer bow for right now. Gatry also doesn't have a healing item, so we're going to give him Mist's Vulnerary. She doesn't need it. And yeah, Mist is a cleric. She's the only one in this game, so she actually can use swords and staves like Alincia, but she's on foot. And on promotion to 3rd tier, she actually gets a horse. And Riss is a bishop, which is what Laura will be when she promotes. And then, yeah, we've got a couple of paladins with Titania and Oscar. I'm just kind of summarizing this for anybody who doesn't know these characters already from Path of Radiance. And then, yeah, the other thing is axes. We could give Titania more axes. And yeah, she can't use any other weapon types in 2nd tier, nor can Oscar. They gain another weapon type in 3rd tier. And yeah, Boyd has a steel axe and a killer axe. Gatry can also use axes. So there is some decision on what to do with your axes, and we don't have access to the shop yet, so we're kind of just stuck with the weapons we have right now. I'm gonna leave everybody just with their starting weapons for now. I might... Actually, no. I'm gonna give that killer axe to Titania. She will make better use of that than Boyd will. Yeah, everybody else is gonna be fine. Oh, Ike doesn't have a healing item. Maybe a good idea, and neither does Mia. Yeah, we're just kind of low on healing items to start with. Rolf is going to be less likely to take hits than Ike, so we're going to give it to Ike. Soren is less likely, I think, to take hits than Mia, so we're going to give it to Mia. Just because I'm less likely to expose Rolf and Mia to attacks. Okay, anyway. Manage, we have no bonus XP to award yet with this group. Skills, we can go ahead and remove some stuff if we wanted to. And I'm just going to talk about the skills that people start with here. So, the ones that are not grayed out here have a starting skill. Titania's is counter. Not super useful, but we'll just leave it on her because she gets it for free. Soren starts with a free Adept. He doesn't make the best use of Adept, and you could probably switch this over to Mia, but I'll probably give Mia another Adept scroll later, and I like to just leave it on Soren when I'm bringing him to endgame, because eventually, even though he doesn't make the best use of it, once his stats get higher, he will trigger it more. Mist gets Miracle for free, which, pretty much a useless skill, but as long as you're careful, but I'll just leave it on her. Shinen has Provoke for free, which, yeah, Provoke is a very useful skill. I'm probably going to have to take it off Shinen later, but I like having it on him just because it fits with his personality. And then Mia gets Vantage for free, which is awesome. Ludwig had this in Part 2 Endgame. It can allow you to attack first when the enemy attacks you. I love having Vantage, Adept, Vantage and Adept, basically, on my Sword Masters. So, when I get another Vantage scroll, that's probably going to go to Zehark, and when I get another Adept scroll, that's probably going to go to Mia. Anyway, can't support anybody yet, so let's go ahead and move out to the chapter. Fort Fligare. And, oh yeah, Septimus. I love that. You say this every evening, and yet we've never had any. And then suddenly they're under attack. Yeah, I love that line from Mike. Okay, and we're straight into the battle. So this is a Fog of War map, and we've got these green units here led by Skrymir and Ranulf. It is, I believe, a game over if Skrymir or Ranulf are killed. They're very unlikely to die. They're both pretty strong. Skrymir, by the way, does have a Laguz Stone, which, annoyingly, he will use as soon as he untransforms, so you can't save it for later. Ranulf tends to not use his Olivigrass quite as much, but anyway. the galleons pretty much will do their own thing. They're going to make their way through the map, and our job is to help escort them up here to where the boss is. But because of the placement of these thickets over here, we can't really get over to where they start. We just have to go around this way, and then we kind of join up with them up here. Okay, and it's lagging a bit, so I'm probably going to reset this in a moment, but I'm just going to finish talking about the start of this battle. So there are these two ballistae over here that we can take advantage of, and okay, you can't see them right now because it's fog of war, but we know they're there. So Rolf and Shinen can jump on those and use them. I've always found it strange that there are these ballistae that are pointing towards the fort. That just seems like a poor design choice to me. And there is a line as well in the extended script between Ike and Ranulf where Ranulf comments on the ballistae and Ike makes a comment that like, oh yes, I have archers who can use those, or something like that. So it is definitely part of the plan to get on these and use them. Okay, so I'm going to battle save here so that I don't have to go back to the base. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and restart things here because it was starting to lag a little bit, so I will be right back and we will begin the chapter. Okay, we're back. So we're going to go ahead and start making our way forward here. Now, we can't see where any of these enemies are. So the last time I did a Fog of War map without a practice run, I failed it 5 or 6 times, as you may recall. That was the map with Micaiah and the Black Knight. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing, and we're going to make the same mistake twice. So, here we go. I'm going to actually use Reese to try to scout this out a little bit. I might run into an enemy here, and if I do, that's okay. I just want to use one of the units that I'm not going to be fighting with, because I know that I'll have plenty of people to block off Reese so he won't get killed. Okay, and now we can see several enemies. Okay, so let's go for a lance against the sword user, I would think. Does Oscar... you're probably pretty fast, so Oscar's not going to double you. Okay, so the question is, because I'm trying to train Rolf, I'd like to set up a kill for him. He can do, okay, 11 a little more reliably. And, oh, I can see the square, so I can bring Gatry around. And, yeah, that would definitely put him in kill range for Rolf. Okay. And then Rolf, actually, what is your movement? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You do have to go through a thicket. 1, 2... Oh no, this is just a plane. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so you'll be able to reach the ballista if I place you here. Okay. Good. Get you a kill. Alright, and then to take out the axe user, let's go with a sword user. Ike, you're up. That won't quite kill, but we'll set you up for somebody else. Oh yeah, I should mention, Ike does not have Ragnall, but he has Etard, which is a very strong sword. Single range only, but very powerful sword. And yeah, let's go ahead and let Mia pick up that kill. So Mia has a Wodao, which is kind of... we got one from the boss of Joffrey's Charge in Part 2. It's just kind of a weaker version of a Killing Edge. I would rather use the Wodao than the Steel Sword. Of course, she crits when she doesn't need it. That's fine. Anyway. Okay, and now can Shinen... Yeah, I want him going as far as he can because I need him to get on the second ballista if Rolf is going to take this first one. And... Okay, you could do 20 with the iron bow. Oh, Boyd can get there. Yeah, okay, we'll go ahead and do this. Now, of course, he crits and kills because it's shining. Alright. And that didn't scout out anybody else, but that's fine. We're just going to bring the rear up. And by the way, you can try to go through these thickets, but the problem is they slow you down so much. And as we're going to see later, if you try going this way with anybody, the galleons are just going to end up piled up against some roadblocks that are in here, and so your units won't be able to do much if you send them this way. So, okay, we're going to get Soren up as far as he can. Titania up as far as she can. And then let's have Boyd. Let's give you a hand axe. Didn't scout out anybody. Let's have Oscar. Maybe let's put him here, actually. And, okay, that did scout out a general there. But yeah, you can't really get very far. And then Mist will just bring you up. You can't heal anybody right now, but that's okay. Okay, so now the enemy phase, they're going to go, obviously, after the cats. So while we're watching this enemy and other phase, I might as well talk a little bit of... Ooh, that hurt. Okay, you know what? Never mind. I need to pay attention right now. Okay, yeah, my guys are getting unlucky with some of these hits from the enemies. Okay. Okay. Yeah, alright, I can start talking about it. So, yeah, the reason I kind of took a break from recording here is, actually, I was preparing to play in a chess tournament, and, so I just wanted to take a little bit of time to do that, and, it ended up going really well for me, actually. So, yeah, I know it's probably not going to mean a lot to anybody listening, but yeah, I actually hit a rating milestone with my result in this tournament. So I made it over 1,700, which is kind of a big deal for me. Not a, you know, it's not a great achievement in the grand scheme of things, really, but yeah, I've been kind of stuck. I've been stuck at the kind of a plateau for a very long time. I first got above 1,600 back in January of 2016. And it's, as I record this now, it is February of 2024. I just played this tournament, so... Or, November, jeez, I can't... I can't speak right now. It's November, I know what month it is. Anyway, so yeah, I was stuck on kind of a rating plateau for quite some time, for almost 9 years. And, yeah, finally getting above 1,700 is, it's big for me. Like I said, not a great accomplishment in the grand scheme of things, but, something I've been working on for a long time, and it's good to feel like I'm finally making some progress in my chess. Anyway, let's continue on. With the level here. So I would like to heal Mia and Boyd with Reese and Mist. Let's have... No, I'd rather have Mist heal Boyd. By the way, I'm going to try to get Mist and Boyd to an A support by the end of Part 3. There is a base conversation that nets you an item if you have them at an A support before Part 3 endgame. So we're going to try for that. And we should be able to get it without too many issues. And then we're going to go ahead and heal Mia as well. Okay. And then Mia... Okay, I can reach all the way up here, so let's... Actually, she'd probably do well against this axe, though. Ooh, that would be short of killing. This would kill, and okay, 0 hit rate from the enemy, yeah. Okay, we're gonna do that. Okay. And, oh, that uncovered another axe user, which is in range of Reese right now, but this tree is going to block him off, so as long as we put units here, Reese will be fine. Okay, Rolf is going to jump on here right away. And this is a killer ballista, by the way, so now that we can actually see it, yeah, you can see it's 26 might, and I believe it's got a crit bonus of some amount. I don't know what that actually is, but the strategy here is with the ballista here, you target the fire mages and hope for a crit, because the fire mages are the ones that can kill the galleon units most easily. The galleons are all worth bonus XP if they survive, and as mentioned, Screamier and Ranulf are also a game over if they get killed. So we're gonna try for this. Nice. Okay. So we did get the crit and the kill, and that's some good XP for Rolf. Okay. So now let's take out this general. Does Titania double you? Because if she does, she'll probably kill you. Yeah. Killer Axe or Steel Poleaxe? Let's actually just go for the Killer Axe and try for that crit. Yeah, there we go. That way there's no counterattack. Okay, and then we'll... Yep, she has to stay there because she used up all her movement. So she's helping build this wall. Can Soren... Oh, he can get to where Boyd is, so let's have Boyd actually come around and throw a hand axe at this guy. Okay, oh, and that uncovered a Myrmidon, who's definitely going to go for Boyd. Soren can take this guy out with fire, or thunder, or Elwind. Let's go for thunder. It's the weakest one. Okay. Okay. Now that you're gone, Shinan still can't quite reach that ballista, so let's go ahead and attack one of these guys. You could finish that one. Let's try for a crit on the Swordmaster, though, because, of course. Shinan. Wow. Oh, and Gatry doesn't have a ranged weapon. I could actually trade him. Oh, could he use that short axe, actually? That's a B? Are you at a B in axes? You are. I could trade you the short axe. Nah, you know what? I'll just give the kill to Ike. That's fine. I'd rather Ike pick it up anyway. And yeah, let's just not get counterattacked, even though it's a low hit rate. Okay. And yeah, with where Boyd and Shinan are, no enemies are going to get around to our weaker units, so that's fine. Let's just continue bringing Gatry up. And by the way, Shinan being on the front line is fine. He's a dodge tank, so he'll be fine. Even if he takes some hits, it's not a big deal. And I will go ahead and just place Oscar over here. Let's have the Steel Lance equipped this time. Okay, this is going pretty well so far. Let's see if I live to regret that. But yeah, the tournament I played, so I went into it with a rating of 1630 entering it, in 5 games, 4 of my opponents were higher rated than me, and I ended up with a score of 3, which is pretty good against that field. The one lower rated opponent that I played, I did beat, and then I also beat a player who was rated 1900, and I was, 1630, and then 2 draws against players rated 2000. So, impressive by my standards. I was very happy with the outcome, and yeah, my rating ended up going up over 1700 for the first time ever. So I'm very happy about that. Okay, so Soren... Oh, you can get to where Shinan is. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to move Shinan first. He's going to go onto the ballista. Ooh, and I can target that one over there. So sometimes this will happen. The cats over here will scout out this mage, and you can actually see him even though he's way back there. So what I'm gonna do, this one is the more dangerous one right now. So I'm gonna try to kill him with Rolf first. If Rolf doesn't get the crit, we're probably gonna go for him with Shinin as well. Okay. And yeah, the annoying thing is that they give them just enough HP that if you don't crit, it takes 3 shots to bring them down. Actually, I could go for that, or I could take out this one. I probably should have had Rolf actually take out this one. Although he will die on the enemy phase, because he's going to attack the cat. You know what, Normally, I would say let's go for this one. I'm going to try after this one and just see if we can kill him way in advance here. It doesn't make a huge difference which ones we go for. Okay, Shinin finally does not crit. Oh, and that does uncover another Fire Mage directly in front of the Ballista. Okay, so now, Soren, what can you do to this guy? 19. Okay, so can we weaken him for you? How about Gatry? What do you do? Okay, that'd be plenty. Let's do that. Oh, come on, Gatry, really? I didn't look at the hit rate, but I'm sure it was high and he missed anyway. Okay, well... That's annoying. Okay, how does Mia do? Well, actually, Mia can't get around. Ugh, it's irritating when that happens. Okay, I kind of want Ike to fight that general, so let's go ahead and let's have Mist heal Ike. Okay, let's have Ike go to the thicket and fight the general. That was dangerous, by the way, because that thicket was in the dark. He could have hit an enemy. I didn't realize it until I'd already started moving him. Okay, and he didn't crit or anything. He did scout out a mage, though. Okay. So, Boyd, can you finish this guy for me? No. Maybe I should have given you Titania's poleaxe. Can you take out the mage? No. Okay, can you weaken this guy for Soren? Okay, 17. Did Soren do at least 17? Yes. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have Boyd weaken Archer. Yeah, 90 hit rate. Don't miss this, Boyd. Okay. And then Soren. And actually, I can now go here. Okay. And I don't really care about that coin. Mia, can you do this? No. Yeah, Mia doesn't do well against armors at this stage. It's gonna have to be Titania. And then, can Oscar take out the mage? Okay, he could. Okay, and then there is a nasty trap over here. One of these squares, there's a general with a horse slayer. It's rather evil to do that in a Fog of War map, because you can very easily run Oscar or Titania right into him and get them stuck right next to him in the dark. It's not fully evil because he doesn't move, though, so if you place Oscar here, the Horse Slayer is not going to come up and kill him. So, yeah, it's maybe like a, a Ludwig level of evil, not like an Izuka level of evil. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and, well, okay, I'd like to get some XP from Mia, so maybe we try for that crit? Well, okay, 1 damage. The Steel Sword actually does have a chance to kill if she crits on one of the 2 attacks, so let's go for this. Okay, no crit, but that's fine. Titania can finish that general off. And we're going to keep her there, and then I'm probably going to Canto Oscar back in between Titania and Ike. Okay, good dodge, too. Okay, yep, we'll put him there. And then I just have Reese left to move, so we'll just bring him up as far as he can go. And I'm actually going to go ahead and I will shove Soren just because this will get him around the thicket a little bit easier. Okay. And yep, as predicted, that guy dies on the enemy phase, so yeah, there was no sense in taking him out with the ballista. Okay, but that does let the mage go after. Ouch, that hurts. Yep, there's one galleon down. Yep. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna break through this first roadblock. That's good. Yep, and that should take care of that mage. Good, they took care of the archer too. Okay, and there's the second roadblock. Okay, and it's good when Ranulf or Skrymir or the Tigers end up fighting the generals. It's not good when it happens to be one of the generic cats. So it's good that we've got Ranulf and that Tiger at the front. Although now I really would like to take out that Fire Mage to prevent him from being able to hit Ranulf. So let's aim for him with Rolf first. And actually, Rolf has a crit of 20. Shinan has a crit of 24. So yeah, that is just, I think Shinan having a higher... Maybe it's the skill stat that affects this, I don't remember exactly. But they both have the same critical plus 10 bonus, I believe. Yeah. So I think it just has to do with Shinan being higher level and having better stats. Anyway, let's try for it with Rolf first. Nope. Okay, and if Shinan doesn't crit him, then he's going to hit, or at least have a chance to attack Ranulf. And yeah, the mage back here is no longer visible because the cats aren't here anymore, so we only had really the one shot at him on the last turn. Okay, and no crit. Okay, so now, like I said, I know there's a Horse Slayer guy here, so I'm not going to lead with my mounted units. Mia is also not a great choice for it, but the thing is I want to reveal him so that my other guys who can do a little more damage to him can fight. So, okay, yep, there's the roadblock, and yep, there's the general with the Horse Slayer. There's also this Great Lance, so I think there might... Oh no, I can see these squares. Okay, so there's not an enemy here. Okay, we're gonna go for this with Ike first. If he doesn't crit and kill him, then we'll pick him off with somebody else. Okay. Oh, and yeah, there's a couple mages there, so... Yeah, nobody's gonna be able to get up to the mages this turn, so Ike is gonna have to tank a couple magical attacks. Not really a good thing for Ike. He has pretty low resistance. Okay, so can someone set this up for Soren? He can do 17, so can someone do 18 and not kill that guy? Yep, that'll work. And then I'm going to Canto her back because I might need somebody to use a ranged attack against the Horse Slayer. And yeah, we'll just put Soren here, that's fine. Okay, that's only an 88 hit rate versus 98 with fire or wind, so go for fire. Okay, and then... Oh, Oscar might be able to get through here if we kill that guy with Boyd, so let's try for this. Oh, and that's exactly enough damage. Nice. Okay, and then can Oscar... Yeah, he can now reach these mages. Okay, so then careful not to step into the dark here. Can I actually... Okay, I could take out either one. Oh, and they both have the same hit rate, so are they in the exact same biorhythm? Okay, they're both in normal, but those sine waves are very different. And Oscar's in best, so... Okay, we're gonna put Oscar right next to Ike, and then I'm gonna Canto him down. We'll kill the further away one. It doesn't really matter which one I go for. Okay. And we're actually making pretty good progress through this map here. We're going to canto him down to just block things off. Ah, yes. And once our units or the galleons start getting close enough, we get this little cutscene. Septimus is such a coward. I love that. You'll hurt the troops' morale. Yep, so Septimus fled, and so our boss is actually Silvano. Okay, and we're gonna get Gatry up. Yeah, he's really kind of hurt in this chapter by the terrain. I really don't think there's an enemy hiding back in this corner, but there might be. And if there is, they will probably kill Mist or Reese, and I'll have to restart, but I don't think there is one. Yeah, that's why you want the tigers in the in the roadblocks. And of course, yeah, the mages will go for Ike, because he can't counterattack and he's weak to magic. But he's in a thicket, so their hit rates are pretty low. Oh, and you run away and heal. That's annoying. But you might be in range of both of my ballistae, so I might be able to take you out anyway. Or, actually, the galleons might break all the way through this, and... oh boy. Yeah, once they get rolling, they are a pretty destructive force. Oh, Ranulf came all the way up here. Holy cow, I've never seen him do that. Oh man, they're gonna wipe out all these enemies, except maybe those generals. Oh, and now Ranulf reverted. Ooh, I bet I could actually just rescue Ranulf with Oscar or Titania. That might be actually an interesting idea, just to keep him safe, but he's not really in any danger. We're gonna be able to take out whatever enemies here the galleons don't. Ooh, that's some severe lag. Sorry about that. Okay, I don't know if they can get around that guy to attack him again. No, it looks like they... oh, one of them can. There we go. Oh my goodness, that lag. Okay, I'm just gonna let it sit for a moment. Okay, it is not getting better, so, okay, sorry. We're gonna battle save, and I'm gonna restart and reload this. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, let's go ahead and continue here. So, the question really is, how far can people get? Mia, could you take out this guy? No, not really. You could take out the mage then, I guess. Problem is Soren can only reach the mage. I'd like to be feeding Mia and Soren kills here, but I just can't. Okay. Oh, there are no enemies in range for Rolf to Ballista. That's annoying. Alright, well, we're gonna bring him around. And how many uses are left? 3. Okay. Can you take out somebody? Oh, you can't quite kill that one. Okay, let's go for the far away fire mage again, because I'm more likely to be able to kill this one with somebody else, like Oscar maybe. Shannon, why do you crit at the times that I don't want you to crit and not crit at the times that I do want you to crit? Okay. Anyway, okay, Ike can get up here to take out somebody. Boyd can probably finish this one. Oop. Soren cannot take out that mage by himself anyway, so okay, let's just... Well, okay, let's let Soren fight the mage for a little XP. Yeah, and look at the difference in the enemy's hit rate when it's weapon triangle disadvantage. It goes from 80 to 60. What is it with fire? 70? Yeah, that's an interesting demonstration of the weapon triangle effect. And paid off there with the dodge. By the way, is there... No. There's not like a... Whoop. Yeah, nobody has any talk conversations. Okay. I was wondering if maybe there was one I didn't know about. Okay, we're gonna actually send Mia this way, and she's gonna make her way around the side of the trees here. Let's just do the Wodow. Ouch. Okay, I might actually need to protect Mia from whatever's back there, so let's have Titania actually go that way. I don't remember what enemies are over here, but I know there are some. Okay, so Boyd, you go take out this guy. Okay, Gatry, no. We'll send him that way with Titania as well. Yeah, Reese and Mist can't get through to where Mia is to heal her, which is a little annoying. But let's go ahead and take out that mage. Actually, I'll just go ahead and take him out at close range. Okay. And... Yep, Ike will go take out this guy. Galleons will then be able to charge into this final roadblock here. Okay, and our healers will get as far as they can. And you can heal the Galleons as well for a little extra XP with Recent Mist. Ooh, crossbow. Good thing we don't have any flyers. Well, that guy will now die in the enemy phase, but he did take out a tiger. Okay, yeah, and that's ultimately what we were protecting Mia from. That probably would have killed her. And yeah, I'm fine with you going for Oscar. Okay, let's please take out some of these guys. I have a feeling they're going to get stuck, though, because if a cat ends up going for that fighter, the rest are going to be blocked off by Ike and Oscar. Okay, Skrimir went for him, so we're guaranteed to take out that guy. Someone will take out the mage, and then we'll probably get stuck at the next step. Oh, they didn't even take out the mage. Yeah, sometimes the AI on these guys is annoying, but that's okay. We're still going to break through. Okay, and yeah, I mentioned there, Renelf tends to not use his Olivia Grass. I don't really know why, but anyway. Okay, let's have Oscar finish this guy. And then let's actually step aside. Let's go up here and just see if you can scout anybody behind the trees. No? Well, okay, that was pointless anyway. The tiger has vision there. Okay. So then someone can come up here. Okay, Ike. Ooh. Okay, what would Ike do against this one? Your attack is 36 with a speed of 23. So you'll double him. Your attack is 36, defense is 17. Okay. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay, well, let's have Soren take out that mage, I guess. Or actually, yeah, let's have Soren take out the mage. Okay. Okay, and then Ike. Yeah, 1 damage off. Oh, by the way, do you have, Okay, you do have a bond support with Soren. I can actually try for this. So yeah, when they're, standing directly next to each other, they get a, critical bonus. So you see his crit is 17 against that one, and only 12 against that one. So they get a little bit of a crit bonus. So we'll try for this. If, Ike doesn't crit, then we'll take him out with the, ballista. Okay. Well, that sets up a kill for Rolf. So, Shinen, we're gonna run you out of here. We're gonna let Rolf man that ballista. And kill this guy. Okay. And that clears a path now. Okay, Rolf levels up. Let's get a good one, Rolf. Okay. I mean, that wasn't really great, but alright. That opens up a path for the galleons to get around this guy, so that's good. Let's go ahead and weaken him with Boyd. Actually, can somebody over here get to him? Ooh, Mia could. Okay, actually, because yeah, then I can have Boyd attack here. So what does Boyd do? 16, and Mia would do how much? 14. Yeah, so we wouldn't be able to kill him, but we could go for like a crit. Okay, let's do that. So let's heal Mia up. We'll lead with Boyd. And yeah, Mia would leave him alive if she doesn't crit. If she does crit with the Wodow, though, she'll kill him, because that'd be 15, and then 5 is 20. So let's go for this. Nope. Okay, well, one of the galleons should finish him off. And then... Again, I could trade Gatry that short axe to have him be able to hit this guy. Oh, Titania would one-shot him with the short axe. What's her strength? Her strength is 25. Gatry's is also 25. So yeah, Gatry would actually one-shot him. Could Reese take him out? No. Okay. Let's actually do that, because then I can save Titania's action and have her run forward. And I'm going to talk about something in a moment with the end of this map. Okay, nice job, Gatry. Okay, so the boss is over here, Silvano. He's got a crossbow that's droppable. If the green units kill him, that crossbow will go into your convoy, and you'll be able to grab it out of there before the next battle. So you'll still be able to use it, even if you don't kill him with your units. The other thing to talk about with the end of this map is that the victory condition is Skrymir arriving on the arrive point here. Skrymir, his AI is kind of interesting because he will actually prioritize killing all the enemies before he goes and hits the arrive point. Which I really actually kind of like that detail because it's very in character for him. So, that said, we need to actually kill all the enemies in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to trade back the short axe. And trade trick it so she's got it equipped. Although I could do items management here and equip it. And then we're going to Canto up here. And we're going to hope to bait whatever enemies are over here into attacking Titania. And let's go ahead and... These guys are going to revert. This one is at 0. Yeah, it's not actually useful to heal any of these damaged ones right now. So, okay, we'll just go ahead and heal that one, I guess. Oh, good, and you'll die on the enemy phase against Mia. Okay. Okay, and that's a level up for Mia. 1 down, many more to go. Not a very good level, but alright. Okay. And yeah, there's not a whole lot of enemies back in this area, but like I said, Screamier will prioritize going after them rather than ending the map. Oh, and he couldn't quite reach the generals. Yeah. And annoyingly, I don't think that our units are going to be quite fast enough to get in there and take out these guys. Well, Boyd and Ike and Mia are all close. Mia's not going to be a whole lot of help against the generals, although this one's nearly dead, so... Well, we'll see. Okay. So... Okay, Titania could take out one of them for sure. Boyd... Oh, I can't reach. I don't have access to a wind edge at all. Okay, so, and yeah, Oscar, there is a tree here, so, he can't get around it. Okay, so Titania and Boyd could each take one, and then we've got the priest alive still is the thing. And yeah, there's not a way that I can, like, shove... Because Ike would need to be shoved a couple of times to get through, and I can't do that. And yeah, the ballista's too far away. Okay, if I can Gatry yet? Yeah, no, he's not going to be able to do anything. Okay, so one of these enemies is going to be left alive, plus the boss, so that's rather annoying. What I want to do... Okay, what is your movement, Titania? 9. Okay. I would like to be able to place Titania in front of the boss. So what I'm going to do is let's take out one of these with Boyd, and he's probably not going to be able to... Yeah, he can't take out that one, but I can take out this one. So let's do that. Okay. And then we're going to see one... Well, maybe not. We might see one other annoying thing about Screamier here as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here with the Killer Axe. Because the enemy phase will be coming before the Galleons move, so Sylvana will only be able to go after Titania. And we're actually going to take out the priest, because Screamier will go for the priest if we don't take him out. So we're going to take him out. We might kill the boss on the counterattack if Titania gets a crit. If not, we're going to have enough people in there that we can take him out, and Titania is taking up a square where we can kill him from. So we're going to go for this. And yeah, like I said, leave her here. Okay, now... yeah, let's have Ike rush in. Let's have somebody heal Mia. And... Is there anybody who can do something stupid and get themselves killed? No, probably not, so it doesn't really matter who I heal. Oscar is going to run around as best he can, and then, yeah, the rest of the army is not close enough to affect the outcome here, so we might as well leave them back. Yeah. Okay, so she didn't kill him, but that's fine. And then, yeah, the good thing here is that they're going to take out that general. Oh, they might not, because those two might be annoying and stand there. Okay, they both reverted. Yeah, okay, this might get annoying. Okay, Skrimir moved before they did, so... Okay, maybe this cat will kill him? Yeah, okay. So, alright, that's everybody dead. Okay, so we're gonna find out if we see the annoying thing that Skrimir will do. Oh, he went from 7 down to 4, so no, actually we won't see it. So yeah, if he reverts and there are no enemies left, he'll run onto the arrive point, use his Laguz Stone for no reason, and then arrive, and then he'll use up a use of it. But it looks like we're probably gonna have him preserve all 3. So, okay, I would like Mia to kill this boss. So... Okay, let's just do the math. Mia... Actually, let's equip the steel sword. So your attack is 26, your defense is 18. Okay, so you do 8, and I'm assuming you'll double him, right? Yeah, so you'll do 16. Okay, so can I weaken him without killing him? Titania probably can't. No, she would kill him. Can Boyd. He's got a crit chance too. I don't like that about him in this instance. Yeah. Actually, Ike, if you... Your attack would be 30. You wouldn't double him. And Oscar could get in and rescue Ike. Okay. That could work. Okay, let's do it this way. It doesn't really matter how I do this, but... Does Ike have a lower crit rate than Boyd? 11 versus 7. Okay, so Boyd actually has the lower crit rate anyway. What about with a steel axe? Also 7. By the way, I should mention, Ike has 3-star authority, so we're going to benefit from that a lot. You know what? I want to do this just to show the Ike boss conversation. If he crits and kills the boss, it's not the end of the world. Ugh, Ike. It's fine. That's just funny that he critted when I didn't want him to crit. And he only gained defense. I had some really bad level ups in that chapter, but that's okay. We beat it. So yeah, now we just have to let Skrimir arrive. And okay, one other annoying thing that can happen is that sometimes the other green units will run onto the arrive point and block Skrimir, and that's just really annoying. Hopefully that doesn't happen this time. Oh, and one other thing I can show, since we got that crossbow. Yeah, Boyd can use it. So, I mentioned this earlier, it's usable by archers and warriors, so, we're not going to probably leave it on Boyd. I'm probably going to give it to Rolf or Shinen for the next chapter, but, yeah, Boyd can use it. Alright. And I'm just bringing Shining up so that Reese has someone to heal. And actually, yeah, let's just bring these guys through just in case I need to rescue somebody for some reason to get them off the arrive point. Okay. And yep, Skrymir didn't revert, so he won't do the annoying thing and uses Laguz Stone for no reason. Alright, map over. That was successful. Except that Mia didn't get the boss kill and all of our characters got bad level ups, but otherwise, successful. Yeah, we are done, Ike. Yeah, this line, by the way, you can easily miss this. He says, "Find me more humans to kill." Remember, when a Laguz says human, they're using it the way that Bjork used the word subhuman, so yeah, that's actually rather offensive to Bjork. He used the word human again. Soren's always very blunt. Yeah, Titania actually knew Kanegus, maybe not that long ago, but she knew him in her younger days when she was a Crimean Royal Knight. We learned that in Path of Radiance. Laron's medallion, right. Yeah, we have to start discussing this finally in this game. That's a fair point. Yeah, for anyone who didn't play Path of Radiance, this was all talked about there, and the medallion itself was like Mist's medallion that she'd gotten from her mother, and then it was stolen, and then eventually at the end we got it back. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, this is already a massive war. And it could easily get bigger. Right. The Heron Leader Laron. Yeah, we know that name. It's Laron's medallion, obviously. But yeah, we'll definitely hear more about Laron later in the game. Okay, so I don't actually recall if that's full turn bonus. I suppose I could look it up here and find out. Okay, I'm just gonna cut out that part where I accidentally opened up a browser over the game window. I was going to say it was a pretty successful run of that chapter. It's hard to spare, to keep all the galleons alive. But yeah, for turns, okay, that is half turn bonus. Um, so yeah, we must have exceeded. Yeah, it looks like it's 11 turns. Or excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong line here. Now, okay, 7 turns for full turn bonus. I think we finished it in a little over 7. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, 10 for half turn bonus, so we got half. But yeah, the galleons surviving is they're worth 200 each, so that's quite a bit more than the turn bonus anyway. And then of course the friendly army fought from them too. All right. Anyway, that should take us to the save screen, and yeah, we're done with part 3 prologue. So I will see you guys next time for part 3, chapter 1. Thank you for watching One Brain Ops. It's good to be back.